Hey there, welcome back to my channel. I'm Katerina, and for the third time in a row, you are seeing me in this outfit on this day with this makeup with my hair pushed back. So at least I'm filming, guys. At least I'm filming. I'm just not going to do the work of doing another makeup or changing my shirt. I'm not feeling it. And if you guys saw my inventories, you guys know I'm not feeling my best, and Max is coming into the room. I'm not feeling my best about my numbers, so I'm just not going to push myself through too hard because I might just break and give up on this. So yeah, today I bring you an update for my Pandos palettes, which as always you guys will always only see this one, not as always, but like as the majority of the times. Yeah, I don't have a ton of progress, but I have some, so let's put up a picture of where my palette was last time. And this is how my palette is looking like now. I'm sorry for shaking, but Tereka, meet my lab. Please say hello. Hi guys. She's a little bit wet, which I think it's her water. Why girl? So yeah, she is apparently going to hang out with us for the rest of this update, which I'm very pleased with. Max is also on the floor laying down, so yeah. Going back into the palette. You guys, I've frankened my blush with the ninth shadow. Jesus. With this eyeshadow, so this one is no longer here. I have to repress this one because it broke again. And I know this is a little bit of cheating, but I have so little left that I didn't count it in my inventory just because I have like one use left. I couldn't bring myself to count it as one extra eyeshadow, and if you guys saw it, I really don't need an extra anything. Plus, I counted the replacement that I made, which I'm not going to show you guys. I'm looking at it. But it's in my next year Pandette palette. I'm not sure if I'm going to do a Pandette palette or Pandos palettes. I haven't decided yet, but I'm definitely going to work in that palette. Yeah, I'm super excited to leave all of these behind. Not that I'm going to leave them behind because I'm still going to work on them, but at least I'll have some kind of refresh. Anyways, because I'm rumbling and my cat is like pushing me against the shade, so I'm not quite as upright as I should be. I'm going to put up a picture of where my palette is currently and share my usage. For the first eyeshadow, I've used it 7 times since last update, for a total of 45 uses in this project. As I said last time, I'm not super hyper focused on this eyeshadow, just because I have my no pen left behind project and I was being left behind in that project. So I'm just focusing on my no pen left behind, and I use this eyeshadow whenever I don't have the time to reach for those other eyeshadows, or when I'm done with the challenge for the month, which hasn't been happening too often. I also use this eyeshadow when I do my makeup only for going to the gym. For the second eyeshadow, I've used it 13 times for a total of 239 uses in this project, and I usually use it much more, but since I made its replacement, I've been trying to reach for the replacement whenever I have the time, and when I don't have the time to reach into 2 different palettes, I just use this one. Yeah, I think I have like 1 to 2 more uses left, so that won't be an issue to use up. For the fourth eyeshadow, I used it only 3 times. I think all of those times were using it as a liner, and that came up to a total of 24 uses in this project. The fifth eyeshadow I didn't use at all, and I'm fine with that. As I said last time, I'm trying to focus my efforts on my first eyeshadow. If I'm going to use up any of them, it will be that one, so there is no point in me spreading my usage and ending up not finishing either. And that shadow was only used 11 times since the beginning of this project. The seventh eyeshadow I used 4 times as a liner, and that makes up for 69 uses since the beginning of the year. So yeah guys, as I predicted and expected, my usage really slowed down on this palette, and I am pretty okay with it. I'm getting tired of it actually. I think at this point in the year, we as in project planners, really pushing through and using and focusing on our Pendos palettes, or we are tired of them and just want the year to be over and restart another project, which is kind of my case, because I know I won't be able to finish up the challenge of using up both palettes or even what I have in the H&M one. That's fine, you know, I had a great run, I think, and these eyeshadows are not easy to use up, and I share on Reddit my progress like every 3 months or something, and someone over there asked me if I enjoyed these palettes because they have this palette and found that there are that the palette is lacking mattes and all the shades look too cool toned, and yeah, they do. And I'm talking mostly about the Revolution palette, which I also have here, but I never show it because I'm not actually using products out of it. But yeah, this guy, which is all broken, and yeah, it has a few pretty shades. Most of the shades just look way too gray on me and end up looking like muddy on my eyes, so I always need to mix other palettes. This is basically a companion palette for me now. So yeah, it's not easy to work on this palette, especially now that I have very few shadows left. I have like 6 shadows plus the one that's in the H&M palette in the first pen, which is the only one that's not like dark. So yeah, it's fine. I won't be throwing these palettes out by the end of the year, so I'll have next year to work on them as well. Yeah, I'll be back in about 4 weeks for another update. Max is back as well for another update on these Pendos palettes, and by then my only goal, which is very achievable, is to use up this eyeshadow. Another thing I forgot to say last time and was about to forget to say this time around again is this eyeshadow is getting a ton of art pen very easily, so that's helping me use it. I use it one time and I need to put tape. Is it just tape? Adhesive tape? I don't know, but like tape over it to remove the art pen, so obviously that also helps with using it up. So yeah, I'm gonna go now and relax after all of this filming, and especially after filming my inventories. If you guys haven't watched them, please do, because they were a lot of work, and at least you guys will see how my inventories are looking like. And it's not great, but it will be a huge part of my next year's projects. So yeah, I'm developing a plan in my notebook with pens and stuff to be able to reduce these numbers. Gosh, especially because eyeshadow was the number that went up the most. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave me a like if you did, leave me a comment if you feel like it, and subscribe if you haven't already, since my channel is all about project penning and using up your stash. I hope to see you in my next video. Bye!